Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry about the hat. I'm having a bad hair day. I'm having a bad everything day, really, but we're just going to plod on, is what we're going to do. And we're going to be doing some building and some kind of just sticking things on walls today, actually. So this is a new, move you down a bit so we can actually see. This is a new unit that I've got for here. So here I keep my lamp, my internet router, a drawer of board games, well, not really board games, but card games, and some books. And I just wanted something a bit longer so I could put, well, hopefully, I'm hoping, if we can look at the picture of it, there's a sticker in the way, like, but I'm hoping that my internet router will fit on one of these things, one of these shelves, so then I can use the top for, I've got a thing in my bedroom for like a little marble tray, like a little glass tray for my keys, so I can keep my keys, because right now my keys are in a fruit bowl, and like when I buy fruit I've got to take the keys out of the fruit bowl and the keys really don't have anywhere to live. And so I was thinking if I put that little tray on top of the new unit, then I might have somewhere to put it as well as the lamp. And so I'm hoping the router will fit underneath on one of the shelves. So that's that. We're going to build that today, actually. We'll probably do that this morning before I get too tired. Then we've got a cylinder here of four prints, which I ended up having to buy the PDF versions of Etsy, and then I had to find someone on Etsy to print them for me in A2 size. So we've got them here, 4 of them, but we only have 2 frames right now because, we only have 2 frames. So as you can see, there's 2 frames in here. I will get 2 other frames. I thought it came in a pack of 4, and then when I got it, like ages ago, they've been sat in my hallway for like 2 weeks at this point. When I got them, I was like, oh, because it did say on the listing sets of 2, but I think you have to click a set of 2 if you wanted a set of 2. So I ordered 2, thinking I was getting 2 sets of 2 but no, that's not how it worked. So, and I'm going on a trip in a week tomorrow. As I'm recording this for my birthday, I'm going to the Holiday Inn with my mum because we go to Blackpool every year. There's just like our thing. We always have done, and this year we usually go to the Hilton, but I'm like really bored of that. Like I've gone every year. It's the same thing, and my mum's obsessed with fried eggs, and they don't do fried eggs there, and so we're now going to the Holiday Inn because she saw on the pictures on Booking.com that they had fried eggs on the buffet breakfast. So we're going there, and so I don't get things delivered here because of the whole parcels getting stolen situation. I mentioned in past videos. And so the police have advised me until the person's caught, which they're not. I'm sorry about my hair. I just shoved a hat on. Until the person's caught, which they're not yet, then I need to get things delivered elsewhere. So I get things delivered to my parents' house, and my dad has warned me. He doesn't like answering the door to people, which is fair, and because neither do I. And so he's warned me to not get anything delivered to the house while me and my mum are on our trip. We're only going from Sunday, Mother's Day, Sunday to Wednesday. So I will order 2 more frames when I get back. So they won't be in the video, but 2 are going, they're all like matching prints, you'll see when they go up. 2 are going here, and then 2 are going to go above the new unit that we're going to build. They're like all matchy-match. And so I had to take my poetry awards, I've got to do everything backwards. I had to take my poetry awards off of there. They're going to go below the clock. And then where you see my piano there, so my piano is going to actually live where these are now. Like, I want it up permanently, so my parents brought up the stand, which was in my old bedroom. They brought up the stand for my piano, so I'm going to put my piano here because this unit is going to go over there in that where the piano is now. It's going to go there, and I'm going to like use it because there's plugs over there, so I'm going to use it as like a charging station for like my tablet, my laptop. I'm going to keep like chargers there, and probably in a little basket on this shelf where the books are now, because the books are going to be on the shelves in here. So this is like a cupboard, and then these are 3 shelves, and then it's got a top. So it's like grey with like black metal legs, and I thought it would match well because this is like a marble effect with black metal legs. So I've been doing a lot of stuff in this room. Oh, and we're also putting the week planner that I took off the wall because that's where it used to be, and there's pictures going there, and it's going to go below the yoga mat, hopefully, if it fits, hopefully. But I've been doing lots of stuff in my house. So People may know my microwave used to live up there. Where is it, you may ask? It's there now because I built this shelf. Well, it's not really a shelf. My mum called it a shelf. But it's an extension to my worktop. It doesn't exactly match. This was as close as I could get. And so it's sturdy as this one is actually. And I added a leg and I got a new bin. So it fits under there nicely. And it's just so it's big enough to put my microwave on. And I've put like a metal thing and then like a... Can we look at this? Like an end on it. And a bracket under there. Like a bracket and some white brackets there. And so I've been doing lots of stuff in my living room right now because my bedroom is pretty much done. It's done for now, you see. And so I'm working my way through my house slowly, and so this is the next room. I am going to be doing more stuff. Like this isn't a full like decoration of this room because this wall is not getting anything on it, and I want to put my Coke picture above the heater, and like I don't have a frame for that yet because I have to get a custom made. So it's not going to be like a full reno of this room, but it will be enough. And also there'll be 2 prints obviously that we will not be putting up on the video, but you could just imagine that it's exactly the same as the other 2 prints that we're going to put up. You know what I mean? And so I just thought I'm going to do some building today because I'm not feeling great and I like to build and that's what makes me happy. So it's currently 1:45 in the afternoon. I've had quite a slow start today because but I will love yous and leave yous. I hope you enjoy watching this video and I will chime in if anything exciting happens or if once I've finished doing everything. Oh, I've also got some new pans as well, which I just thought I'll just throw over there and box them on camera. Like, not pans. My mum got really mad that I called them pans. She was like, they're not pans, Alex. They're baking trays. Like, I've always called them sheet pans. I don't know if is that like an American thing, and I got that off a TV show. Don't know. But apparently they're not pans, they're baking trays. It's like a set. Comes with 2 sheet pans or baking trays. One of the cake dishes, a loaf tin, a brownie dish, and a big roasting dish. So apparently they're not pans though, but that's what I call them. So, and I still can't work this tripod. I've had this tripod for like 2 years and I still can't work it. And so yes, I hope people enjoy watching time-lapse videos because I enjoy making them because sometimes when I don't feel like talking very much, but I know I need to get videos out there, I can make these and I don't need to talk much, you know. But yeah, I'll be off. So here's my time lapse. Firstly, unboxing these trays, which the top 2 trays, the actual baking trays, yes, I'm calling them trays. I spent the whole day with my mother. Don't actually fit in my oven. Well, they do fit on a wonky angle, and I already got rid of my last ones, so the wonky angle will have to do. So here you see me making this. Now, by the time I'd actually gotten around to taking this stuff out the box, when I said, oh, I'll do it this morning while I've still got energy. No, it was about 6 p.m. by the time I was doing this, and I didn't get this actually built until about 1 a.m. And you'll see at the outro, I filmed the outro at like 2 a.m. Quite literally 2 a.m. Like I think it's 10 minutes to 2. I record the outro because like this was the main thing I had to do was build that. Everything else was just tedious putting things in frames. You know what I mean? And yes, I do have to put the screws in little piles. That used to be my job when I was a kid. I've learned to build off my dad, even flat pack furniture like this ever since I was very, very young. And I was very, very interested even when I was like 4 years of age, helping my dad build. And he would give me the most important job of building, which is sorting the nails and the pins and the dowels into little piles. Obviously, that's the most important job. So that's what I used to do, and I still do it now by myself. And it was quite easy to put together this, actually. I did put 2 of the shelves on the wrong way around first, so you see me kind of taking them off in a minute. It wasn't a big deal. They were just 2 screws that needed to go on, because when the black metal leg goes on, I noticed that when I needed to screw them in, that the 2 holes were the wrong way around anyway. And it didn't fit when I said at the beginning. I think I did put an annotation on the screen. I was like, oh, I hope it fits. Like, I hope the internet router fits on the shelf. I knew just from looking at it while I was building it that it wasn't going to fit. So I wasn't that I was disappointed, but I wasn't that shocked because I could see where, like, just literally even when I took the pieces out and I saw like the holes in the wood, which is like, I knew that was going to be the distance between each shelf. I was like, oh, well, that's not going to fit, is it, Alex? Which is fine. I've kind of got the internet router on one side and I've moved the lamp. You'll see it on the outro. I've moved the lamp to the other side of the room now, and I did drop the lamp and break the bulb in the process. Now I've got another bulb in there, and it's a like a whitey colour. You know, when the light turns on, it's not as warm. The light's not as like warm, like a warm colour, like orange. It's like white, and it doesn't make the room feel cozy anymore. So I'm not really too fussed, too happy about that, really. But it's fine. It'll do for now. It worked. It didn't smash. It kind of separated, like the bulb separated, like the bottom screwy bit to the actual top bit. I don't know. I just try and keep myself talking while I'm doing these things. Oh yeah, this is me redoing the shelves, by the way. Yeah, it's quite a simple thing, and it was all, as my dad would like to say, hunky dory. Yes, I have spent the whole day with my parents. Today is a Sunday. I'm going on a trip a week today. Recording this. This is actually quite... I was taking a picture, by the way, for that. I think, was it for the thumbnail? Was I going to use it for the thumbnail? Can't really remember what I took a picture for, but I took a picture. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so I'm not... Usually, I have these videos, like, in my SD card for, like, 3 weeks, and I never get around to doing them, and then so when I end up doing these voiceovers, I kind of forget, like, what I was doing, like, what I was thinking and feeling at the time. But literally, I recorded this yesterday, and I'm doing this voiceover today. So yesterday's tomorrow, which is today. And so I can remember yesterday as fairly as I can remember yesterday. It's not the best. But yeah, yesterday was Saturday, today was Sunday. So I've had quite a hectic weekend building. But I do like building flat pack furniture. It is not as much anymore. I used to love it doing it as a teenager more. I don't know why. I built everything. Like, I even built this bed that I'm lying in. I built everything. Like, I wasn't a teenager when I built any of this stuff, obviously, because I moved out when I was 22, 23, just turned 23. I moved out 2 months after my 23rd birthday. And here you see me putting on... So, the bit that's closest to the camera is the bottom. Oh, and here you see me in a t-shirt. Like, this is... I slept in those clothes last night because I was freezing and so I put a dressing on and slept like that. And so here you see me, this is quite late at night. This is like 10, 11 o'clock at night by the time I'm doing this. And so, yeah, please excuse the clothes. I'm probably not looking my best. But, yeah. All right, Alex, get off your phone. Thank you. So as you can see, I've gone back to my old phone. I think I mentioned in a video at some point, whether it's out or not, I don't know, that I did buy a new phone. And I may have mentioned this in other videos. Can't remember much. But I have gone back to my old phone. I have the SE. I've had it for a long time. And I didn't like it for a while because when my hands were sweaty, I couldn't unlock it. So I bought like a second-hand like phone off a company called giffgaff. And it was a phone that the same exact iPhone, the iPhone 12, I had many, many issues with at one point and I ended up having to go out that day and get a new phone because it was literally, the keyboard was like, okay, note to self, don't do the audio until you're happy with how the visuals look. So I just had to edit some clips out that were just like me doing practically nothing. And so I'd already done all the audio and then the audio didn't match up. So now I've got to redo like half of the audio. So if any of the past audio before this very point, why does my arm hurt so much? Why is my arm so red? Anyway, if the past audio doesn't match up to what I'm saying, that's because I edited a lot of clips out. So I'll try and keep everything married up for now. So I'm sorry about that. What was I saying? Phone, keyboard. Yeah, the keyboard was just being really shaky and weird. So I ended up just having my old phone back. And so I gave me and my parents swapped phones again because my dad obviously had this one because my parents bought that one off me. So we sold the iPhone 12, which was worth more. My dad took his money back that he paid for the iPhone SE, and then my parents are very grateful, gave me the rest of it because it was technically my money that I'd spent on the iPhone 12. Anyway, my dad got the money that he paid for the iPhone SE back because he's the one that bought it off me because he was like, and I was like, okay. And so, yeah, so here you see me putting my card games into my thing. You saw my shelf with the cupboard shelf on it, which had like all my books in it. I have like, I do like a lot of like online learning things, nothing too major, just on like little diploma things online. Keeps me busy in the day, really keeps my mind occupied, especially when I'm having bad mental health days and I don't really fancy, I can't really face going outside. I like to still keep my brain active and still feel like I'm like a part of the world, even on bad days. So I like to keep my brain active with learning stuff. I may make a video about it at one point, maybe not, don't know. It's just kind of something I do in my house to myself, really. Oh, these pictures, they're not really pictures, they're my certificates for my poetry. So I had to move walls, I had to put them on a different wall. And the wall that I had to put them on was like wonky. The wall was like wonky. So they were originally, as you're looking at this video, on the other side, on the left side. I had to move them because I'm putting pictures on that wall, because it's the only wall big enough out of those two walls that would fit an A2 frame on it. So I had to put the poetry awards on the other side, which was fine. I like them there. I like where they are. But the wall is like bent. I don't know. I had the same issue putting the AJR pictures up. Well, my dad did, in my bedroom. It's like the wall is like caved in on itself or kind of bent back. My property manager keeps telling us that it's all like us, as in me and my neighbours, that it's the foundation setting because it's a new build, but it's not a new build because this is an old warehouse. So like the foundations and like the rooms and the walls, a lot of it was already still, I don't know. Don't really know what they're chatting, but we'll just go with it. They know best. They're the ones that instructed the builders on what to do. I'm guessing. I'm not really too sure. But if you can hear any banging, by the way, that's my washing machine. So I went to my parents' house today and they were like, Alex, don't stand on the grass because it's wet. And so I stood on the grass and it was wet, and then my socks got dirty, so I had to put my socks in a Vanish bath, and it was a whole ordeal. So anyway, that's what the banging is doing in the washing machine. Here you see me taking apart frames. I love peeling that stuff off them. Oh my god, love it so much. So I only had 2 frames, which really annoyed me because like I knew I only had 2. I could see them for like 2 weeks. All this stuff's been sat in my hallway for like 2 weeks, and I just I knew there was 2 frames there. I knew there was, like I could see them. I knew I had 4 prints. It just wasn't computing in my head. So now I've got to wait. I think I mentioned at the end of, I ever mentioned at the beginning, I can't even remember, even though I watched it, 17 minutes ago, that I will need to get more after my trip. Or I mentioned at the end, or maybe both. I don't know. I did only record this yesterday. Did I mention that bit? I think so. I don't know. So here you see me putting the tape on. I probably could have cut this tape in half, and by half I mean like half lengthways, which probably would have saved a lot of tape because I was really I was now on to my last roll, and so I was kind of being really stingent. Is that the word, stingy with the tape, because I didn't want to run out. I don't really want to have to buy a new roll, even though I've only got 2 pictures to put up. So here you see me just fiddling around for a while. I knew I wanted to put one on one wall, one on another, just so I could kind of plan out where they were going to go. When I do the other 2, one's going to go on top of that one, and then one's going to go on top of the other one on the other wall, just so I can kind of forgot that phones had spirit levels on. And so I didn't have to use my dad's big yellow one, which I've now taken back to them, actually, as I've taken it back to their house today, actually, because I was there today having dinner, which wasn't really fun. I haven't really been eating well lately. Blame the mental health for that one. But, so yeah, I'm quite happy that they fed me. I just wasn't feeling the best. But that's actually okay. My washing machine's actually doing my head in. But yeah, you see me putting it too low down, so I've got it straight, and then I look back and I'm like, absolutely no, that's too low. So sorry about the pajamas, by the way. This was like really late as recording this. This was literally like 1:00 in the morning. I was watching James at this point, like my favourite YouTuber. He's Australian, from like Sydney, I think, or Melbourne. No, he's from Sydney. His girlfriend's from Melbourne, I think. And so this is now going on the back of my door. Will I ever remember it's there? No. So we can kiss that goodbye because it's never going to be seen again. Is it currently 10 minutes to 2 in the morning? Yes. Am I done? Also, yes. Took me all day because I did have to take many crying breaks. Yeah, not great. But I finally finished it. So we've got my new shelf here with my picture on top. There will be another picture going above it. So if it looks a bit low, that's why. But I didn't order the right amount of frames. But that's fine. I will I'm doing a later on in the year. Don't know when this is coming out, but later on in the year I'll be doing a like home tour. So you'll see them up on the wall. Then anyway, for those that care. Down here I've got board games. I've got that picture up there now. Again, another one will be going above it. I didn't know whether I wanted to do like 2 there or 2 there or 1 there for now. But I kind of did 1 on each wall. Move you down a bit. Oh, we've also got my keyboard there as well. I am in my gym jams because it is 8 minutes to 2, 9 minutes to 2 in the morning, I'm guessing. And then on top of here we've got where I keep my keys now. So I've got like a little dish for my keys. Got my sign on the thing on the back of the door, and that's pretty much it. Oh, my shelf is over there, and then my little table's over there, and it fits really nicely. I've got my table on there. I've got a little brown bowl under there because my new pans that we unboxed, they're a bit longer, and so that bowl was in that cupboard where my old pans were. That bowl no longer fits in there, so it's kind of just chilling there. It's not staying there. I don't really know what I'm putting down there now. I think I'm going to use it for my tripod, like to stand my tripod on when I'm not using it, because it kind of has nowhere to live. It kind of just floats around the house. It is always being used. Usually it's either on charge with my camera, like my camera on top of it on charge, or it's like being used because I'm recording pretty much every single day of my life. We did move the poetry certificates, didn't move the clock down. I can't remember if I said I was going to do that. I was going to do that, but I didn't do that because I frankly couldn't be bothered. And it's fine like that actually, because I realised, because I was going to move it down because I didn't like it not being level with the curtain roll. Didn't know whether to say curtain rail or curtain pole, or I said curtain roll. But when I put the other picture up of there, that's going to not be in line with the curtain pole either, so like it will match up eventually. It's just to keep my head level, like for everything to match. And so that's pretty much all I've done. And I've put all my books in there. Paddington in Peru. And yeah, I've got my other 2 pictures still in that cardboard sleeve. And I've got my card games in here. It says card games on it. They're not really games. I've got whiteboard markers in here. I've got digital detox cards, which I got from, can't even remember. They were like, I'm fairly sure that I either got them really cheap, like a couple of £1, or they were a free gift when I ordered something. And it says, it just gives you different things to do without a phone or without a screen. So paint a picture, a mural, or a room. Try out a new craft and make a craft gift, and make a craft gift. And then we've got observe the moon and the constellations, not in my sun polluted, no, light polluted city we're not. Declutter your various desktops. Tidy files into folders and delete unnecessary files. Remove apps you never used and clear out your inbox, especially those with overloaded unread emails. I mean, I guess that is a digital detox because you're detoxing your digital life. Prune your social media garden and remove online groups which you do not use. Anyway, that's that. But this has like everything card game related in there. We've got the periodic table flashcards, which is definitely something I've used. I say that I actually have used them. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. We've got the first 50 square roots. I made them in a video at one point, didn't I? Yes. Got a pack of playing cards, pack of giant playing cards I got from the arcade at some point. Got my exercise card, like a shuffle, you shuffle them and you do the exercise. And then waterproof Uno. Waterproof Uno, it's plastic Uno cards. That's what I've got in there. That's fun, isn't it, everyone? It's absolutely fantastic. And they just, I thought they would fit on one of these shelves, but they don't, so that's that. And then here we've just got my many books, like the Simpsons comics, or the Simpsons comics, or yeah, I'm a bit obsessed with the Simpsons actually. I've got my sketchbook, which I haven't done this in a while actually. But I draw and annotate the characters I learn off a website, off an app. And that's a sloth. He's happy sloth, and then we've got sleepy sloth there, and then we've got Santa somewhere. There he is. I did him on Christmas Day, Wednesday the 25th of December. Does that say 25? It does. That says 25. I'm sorry, my loves. We haven't got up to that part yet. We haven't got up to. Why did I write? I did that on Christmas Day in 2024. The Christmas literally just gone. Why did I write 25? I was like, usually when you start a new year, you're usually writing the old year for at least 6 months. But no, we weren't even in the new year yet, and I was writing I was ahead of myself. Everybody, I was actually. All the rest say 24. You see, all the rest say 24. Don't know what happened there actually. My brain is what's happened there. My Christmassy brain. It didn't feel like Christmas. Not complaining, just didn't feel like Christmas. You know what I mean? Anyway, I should be heading to sleep because my mom's picking me up in the morning because I go for my Christmas. No, Alex, Sunday dinner. I go for my Sunday dinner, which is pretty much the same as a Christmas dinner. Literally the same. Just Christmas dinners, people stress over more for some reason. But I'll go for my Sunday dinner tomorrow at my parents' house, as I do pretty much every Sunday. And it's now 3 minutes to 2. So just wanted to have a bit of a chin wag. This was a really pointless video. There was a point, especially when I was building this unit, that I was sat there and I was like, am I even going to post this video? And I may not. I may not post this video actually. But I just like to film things, and even if I don't post it as a video, I am still going to take the time lapse of building that thing and put it where I put all my other building things. I just like to document it because I've documented building, I think, everything in this house actually. Pretty much everything in this house, even this table right here. Yeah, that's fun. So my hair's looking a bit better. Like I couldn't even take my hat off before, but it's kind of flattened out a bit now. I don't know what's going on with it. It's constantly looking messy when it's not messy. There's no knots in it, literally. But anyway, I'll be off. I had to move my air freshener as well. I wasn't really happy about that. I knew I would have had to move it, but yeah, it wouldn't have gone over there. But now my laptop is charging over there, and I've put all my card games were originally, as we saw before, were in that drawer. But then I had that box through because all my books were now was now on the shelf. So I was like, well, now I've got, so I put the card games back in that, and then I put the wires that were in my cupboard in my bedroom, which I didn't really like my chargers being in my bedroom because it was kind of keeping me, because they were literally in my bedside table. They were like literally like, so it was like gravitating me when I needed to charge things to my bed, and I try and stay out of my bed in the day to just so I don't bed rot or whatever people call it these days on TikTok. So I'm not like lying in bed all the time because I know that's bad for my mental health personally, and so I needed to get the chargers out of my bedroom, and so I'm glad I was able to put them in that drawer over there. So, which is good to know when I need to charge something. Yes, I can take the charger and go into the bedroom, but usually I'll just plug it into the most convenient plug. Because usually I'll be in here and I'm like, oh, my laptop's down, for example. Everything's already plugged in my bedroom. Let's go into my bedroom and let's sit in my bed. And then I kind of have a hard time leaving the bed again. So that's that. That's fun, isn't it? Where's my phone? My phone's over there. I haven't been on that much today, actually, because I've been busy. Anyway, I'll be off. I'll be going to bed. I say that, will I be able to sleep? Probably not, because I am all hyped up. I've still got the big light on. I never have the big light on, but otherwise the camera can't pick it up if I have anything other than the big light on. So that's that. Anyway, I will see you all in 2 weeks if you ever get to see this. If you do, hello from the past, because I do pre-record. I have good weeks, and I'll get like, I think my goal for this week was get 4 videos done, and I post 2 videos a month, so that's 2 months worth of videos in a week. So I usually do batch record my videos, and I do not post them in order either. I just post them however I'm vibing. I usually don't post 2 things together though, so like no 2 like home renovation videos in a row, or 2 gaming videos in a row, or no 2 shopping or haul videos in a row. I'll try and like mix things up. Really, it creates a balance in my brain, not just variety for all my viewers, which is like 3 people, but I like for it to be a balance, like a pattern. I like it to follow a pattern in my head. Anyway, good night.